first, gonna make a coffee. So I'm back. So what I did was I posted on my Instagram story just a like a questions box, so you could all get to know me a bit better. So I gave the opportunity to ask any questions that you wanted. So I've got them all written down here in my notes, so we might just get straight into it. The first one actually is the most popular. I got a few questions on this actually. So it was, where is your mirror from? So the mirror that I posted on my story and on my feed, that mirror was actually from Linen and Living in the Bridge Mall. That was a present from Phil last year for my birthday. So before we moved into our house, I just had this vision and I knew exactly what I wanted to go on that wall. And I found that, so that was a good present from Phil. But yeah, you all really liked that, so that's good. Next question is, why did you start a YouTube channel? Well, I basically started it because I was always getting questions about workouts and things, and I always post them on my Instagram stories, but of course they only last for a certain amount of period. So people are always like, oh, can you send me like a screenshot of that workout you did, or can you put up more? And I thought, I think YouTube's just like a good platform for those videos to always be there and for people to be able to go and redo or re-look at. And yeah, just easy, and it's a good way to just to engage and get out of my comfort zone as well. So that's a really big sort of step for me, because I am doing my personal training. I thought those videos would come in handy as well and give me lots of practice for that. So that's sort of the main reason. Second reason being that I really want to create more awareness around type 1 diabetes. There's not enough out there about it, and I get so many questions about it all the time. Like, yeah, it's just really hard to explain. Like, there's just not enough information out there, or like what people Google is not always right. So hopefully by creating this platform, it'll allow me to get correct information out there and help others, hopefully. So yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. Next question is, how long have you been a nurse? So I finished high school in 2013, and then went straight into doing my Bachelor of Nursing in 2014. So that's a 3-year course. So that would have been 2014, 15, 16. I would started in 2017. So 2020 now, so this is my 4th year nursing. So did my grad year obviously first, and then I did another year in the day procedure unit, which is where I work now, and I love that. So we have a really awesome team, and it's so much fun, so much variety, and yeah, I love it. I always thought I wanted to do palliative care and oncology nursing, because during my placement I had 3 placements that were all on an oncology ward, and I just thought, yeah, I love that, that's totally for me. And then I actually got offered a job in palliative care, and at the same time I got offered the job in day procedure, and I thought, oh, what do I do? Like, I love the both, but obviously I went with the day procedure because the hours are fabulous, no weekends, and no sort of late nights. Our latest shift goes till about 9 o'clock, so that's pretty good. And also because I do have sleep deprived epilepsy, so it makes it a bit hard to do the shift work. And yeah, if I don't get enough sleep, then I obviously don't want to have a seizure. So the day procedure work is really helpful in that and having a good routine. So that's why I'm in the job I am today, and I love it. Do you drink coffee or tea? This answers it. So I drink coffee. I am a bit of a coffee snob, I will admit it. Didn't used to drink coffee at all. I hated the taste of it. To me, it tasted like absolute dirt. Ugh. Then started dating Phil, and he drank coffee like crazy. So then I started drinking coffee. And now, I wouldn't say I'm addicted. I probably have 1 to 2 a day. But I do really like my coffee at home. So we have the DeLonghi Prima Donna Elite coffee machine, which does everything all for you. So it's fully automatic but uses beans. You do have the option to manually froth your milk if you want, but so easy. You fully set it up. You have a lady come out from DeLonghi. They spend 2 hours with you going through the machine, setting up your profiles for how you like your coffee. Awesome, so worth the money if you love coffee. And we just buy our beans from Webster Street Cafe, which are the Fitzroy Street beans or something like that. They are really good. So I'm a bit of a coffee snob. Next question. What made you want to become a PT, and when will you be qualified? I can't wait to train with you. Ah, that's nice. That's exciting. I basically decided to do personal training because I've always had an interest in health and fitness, and I was going to do it when I left school, but I just ended up going straight into nursing. And I think I've always sort of seen it as something extra to do on the side, but I've never actually taken that step to do it. I am a member at Quick Fit Delacombe, and the guys that own that gym there are just amazing, and they've sort of like encouraged me and pushed me to do it, and I thought what better time to do it than now while we're sort of in isolation. So here in Victoria still, where we have certain restrictions, and I sort of don't have anything else to do with my time. So I'm trying to get as much done of it as I can. A lot of it is online. Like it's a lot of just like questions, multiple choice scenarios, case studies, things like that. But then there is a lot of stuff that needs to be done in the gym, which is a bit hard at the moment. So you do Certificate 3 first, so I only have access to that at the moment. So I'm getting through it. I'm doing all the anatomy and physiology at the moment, so that's a lot. Like that's a lot to read through. But I did do a lot of that in my nursing degree, so it's a bit of a refresher. Certainly stuff that I've forgotten, but yeah, it's really good and really interesting. So yeah, that's basically why I did that. And I think being a type 1 diabetic, it's really important to obviously stay fit and healthy and have a good exercise routine. And I want to be able to help other people that may struggle with that. So that's really the main reason for doing personal training. And that's really nice to know that people can't wait to train with me. So that's exciting. I'm hoping to be qualified, so you sort of just work at all the online stuff at your own pace. So I'm hoping that maybe early next year it'll be ticked off and done. It'll just depend on when gyms reopen, and you've got to do so many hours in a gym. So that's the main thing at the moment. So I think I can get all the theory and everything out the way, then I'll be really happy. So that's exciting. Next question is, how old are your dogs? So we've got April, who's the little King Charles Cavy. We got her last year after moving into our house. We got her when she was 5. So we, adopted her. She was previously used for breeding, so she had like 5 or 6 litters. And when we got her, she was like a complete mess. She had rashes, ear infections, like she'd lived with a cone on her head to stop her scratching. Like she was in really bad nick. So we spent so much money at the vets and ongoing like ear ointments, antibiotics, steroids, like just to get her right. But like she's a completely different dog now. Like she was really timid, but absolutely loves us. So you can just see a difference in her. Like her hair when we got her was like matted and strawy and just ugh. And now she's like soft and cuddly and smells good. And yeah, we just love her. So she is now 6. And then we've got Ollie, our golden retriever, our lab retriever puppy. So he's got the lab and the golden retriever in him. And he is 8 months old now. So we got him the weekend before we went into like the first lockdown. So that was a good distraction for Phil because he's been working from home. So it was really good. So like we could train him and like all that stuff was really easy, which was good. Yeah, so that's it for the dogs. We don't have any other pets. I don't think we could handle anymore. Next question is, do you rent or did you buy/build your house? So we built this house. We built it through Burbank Homes. Where do I start? It was a really, really long process. So we bought our land first. Oh, I don't even know when, like it feels like ages ago. So we've been in the house, I think it took nearly 2 years to title. So it would have been back in 2017, probably when I started nursing, I think. And then yeah, it took 2 years to title. Started the build end of 2018, I think. No, that doesn't add up. Must have been, we bought the land in my last year of uni, 2 years to title, and then it took nearly a year to build. So it was a fairly long process, but obviously we were able to save a lot more money that way. So I stayed at home, Phil was back with his dad as well. So yeah, we saved a lot of money by doing that because we only had to pay the deposit for the land, and then you didn't have to pay any more until it titled. So we saved and saved and saved, which was really, really handy in the end. So although it did take so long, it was nice to have that little bit more money to spend on. Sorry, I don't know what happened then. It just kind of froze for a second. But yeah, so in total, it took about 3 years from the time we bought our block of land to the time we moved in. But yeah, that's okay. And like every house build's different, so I'm sure everyone has a different story of building. Some may have really horror stories, but that's okay. We got here in the end. Next question. how did you become an ambassador for your gym? So as I said before, I go to Quick Fit Delacombe. Quick Fit are just like, they're just a different type of like gym, I guess. It's more of like a health club, and like from the time we signed up, like everyone was just so nice and helpful. All the staff are just amazing. You don't feel judged. Like you walk in there and everyone's just like, it's, you honestly, you can't compare like to other gyms that I've been to. You can feel really intimidated, or I don't know, like you just kind of don't belong. But like at Quick Fit, it's just awesome. Like and I'm not just saying that, like I went there for over a year before I became an ambassador. Yeah, the atmosphere, like anyone is willing to do anything to help you. Being able to build like a really good relationship with the owners, Nick and Ian, just lovely guys. So Mitchell goes there as well, my brother. He's an ambassador as well. But yeah, we just love it. Honestly, just the best gym out there. Cater for all needs. There's a few different personal trainers there. So if you're looking for a gym, make sure you go sign up. And make sure you mention my name too. So it's always nice to know a friendly face when you go there as well. So make sure you come up and say hi. But back to that question, I didn't actually really answer it, did I? They basically had an application process to become an ambassador. So they just put it up on their Facebook page, like a what do you call it? Like they posted like a job application type thing, but it was for the ambassador role. So you just applied online, and then you had to sit down, like talk with Nick, one of the owners, and he just asked you a couple of questions, and just said like, you know, would you be available for like certain promotional stuff, and just ask you a few things about like your lifestyle and what you want to achieve and things like that. So it was like a fairly normal, easy process, and like I said, they make you feel so comfortable and everything anyway. So it was a lot of fun. Next question. How long have you had diabetes for? Do you have any complications from it? And did you get teased at school from it? So that's a bit of a long one. So that first part of the question, how long have you had diabetes for? I was diagnosed when I was 3. So I'm 25 now, so 22 years of living with it. I was diagnosed, I think, Mum will tell me if I get the story wrong, but I think I had chicken pox, and then because it's usually get diagnosed after you've had some sort of autoimmune infection or something like that to trigger it. So I think I had chicken pox, and then Mum had noticed that I'd started wetting the bed again, and I was like drinking a lot, because at that stage obviously I was toilet trained. So my mum's type 1 diabetic as well, so she obviously thought, crap, better go straight to the doctors, this isn't right. And obviously they did blood tests and everything, come back that I did. So obviously I don't remember any of that. All I remember is that's just how my life's always been. So lots of injections back then when I was little, probably lots of tantrums too, I can imagine. Second part of that question about complications. So at this stage, I don't really have any complications as such. I do have a little bit of diabetic retinopathy, so in your eyes. but that's only because I've had diabetes for so long. It's kind of one of those things that's bound to happen. It's only obviously very mild. I don't notice anything, and it doesn't affect my eyesight as such. I do also have a congenital cataract in one eye. So I see an eye specialist once a year, and he's had that noted down on my file since I was really young. So I think I saw one I think I started seeing him when I was roughly about 10 to 12, and he noted that back then. So he said I was probably born with that I've always had it. But again, that doesn't affect me. I don't notice that it's there. It's kind of one of those things that may get worse as the years go on, but doesn't affect me at the moment, so that's good. And I have regular blood tests to monitor like kidney function and our HbA1c, which is the overall blood glucose control. So it's all closely monitored, and even if there was something, if it's picked up early enough, then there's treatment and other ways around it. So kind of one of those things you don't really like to think about or talk about often, because it can weigh on your shoulders that, oh, what if like this happens, or what if I lose my eyesight? Like, it's just all what ifs. Like, I try not to worry about it now. Like, I'd rather just do what I can to be fit and healthy now, and worry about that when it happens, if it happens. But yeah, it is what it is. Do my best to have good control and do all the right things. So yeah. The last part of that question is, did you get teased at school for it? Not that I remember. I actually think heaps of people were jealous of me because I always got to have jelly beans or like lollies, or eat in class if my blood sugar was low. So I never was bullied or was teased for having diabetes. Certainly not that I remember. But probably let it affect me when I was in high school though, which I think a lot of diabetics do. It's just like it's a time in your life where there's lots of changes. You don't want to be the odd one out. So I think, there was a stage where I wasn't giving insulin. I was eating whatever I wanted, and pretty much neglected myself, I guess, because I didn't want to be like the left one out, or the odd one out, I should say. But like, no one ever really took any notice, or actually like did anything to make me feel that way. That was just my perception of what I thought people thought about me, but no one really cared. So I was in hospital a couple of times as a teenager, but I was able to get in my butt into gear, and that never happened again. So there's thousands of stories out there about DKA and what it does to your body. And for those that don't know, it's diabetic ketoacidosis, which is like your body produces toxins, or like poison pretty much, because you're lacking insulin and your blood sugars are that high. So it's got to do something about it. So people can potentially die from DKA, and go into a coma and things like that. So yeah, don't neglect it. Next question. What is your favourite type of exercise, and do you play any team sports? I love anything legs, booty, glutes. I find that they're like the fun stuff to do at the gym, or at home. but I do also really enjoy running. I'm not very fast, but I'm working on it and working on trying to run longer as well. So you can follow me on Strava if you want. I do also play netball. So obviously this year we haven't had any netball, which is really sad. I was going to be coaching the senior A grade team, so I play out at Warburg. So again, that's another reason why I decided to do my personal training, because I had a bit more free time because there was no netball. But I've played netball for years, like since I was in grade 2, so I would have been 8. I just love it. No other simple reason for it. Played a lot of like developmental squad here in Ballarat, and I was in the West Vic Academy, played for Ballarat Pride as well for a short amount of time there. Yeah, and before being at Warburg, I played for Lake Wendouree as well. Spent a lot of time there. But apart from that, yeah, just lots of school like achievements through netball. I just love it. Just love it because it's team sport and it's just fun. Just, yeah. What is your most favourite thing to do? My most favourite thing to do would be going out for brunch. So I've missed that a lot. But as of tomorrow, I'll be able to do that again. Going out again, obviously, but we have to sit outside. But that's okay. It's worth it. So next question, what activewear would you recommend? So this is a huge one for me. Obviously, I am an ambassador for GYMTED, which is an online store. They do have a store in Sydney. It is Australian based, and I am in a pair of the leggings now. So these are like a flexi set in the green, and I've got these in a grey as well. They have lots of different sets and styles and patterns, and I do have a discount code, which is, I always forget it. I will find it and I'll upload it onto the screen. I think it's Emily A, all in capitals, 10Z, I think. So that's what I've been living in of late since I became an ambassador. But the other brand that I absolutely love is Baseline by Ashley Bynes. So this is one of her t-shirts, and she's got a new spring collection launching today at 5 o'clock, but I have signed up to get early access at 4, so no one else steal my stuff. I've followed Ashley for years. She's probably one of the main like influencers, YouTubers, bloggers that I follow. So she used to have Toned by Ashley Bynes, which I brought something literally religiously at every launch. Like, all her stuff is just amazing. So that's when she had Toned, and then she changed to Balance by Ashley Bynes. So like just amazing quality, and like each launch is just so much better than the last. Like the stuff that's coming out today is just like me to an absolute T. Colours, like I'm always in colours, dye for colours. Which brings me into the next question. So what other influencers do you follow / watch? So as I said, Ashley Bynes, so I followed her for ages. Kiara Moore, or also known as Aussie Mum Vlogger. She's got a family, little girl with a cleft lip and cleft palate. and has an online boutique store, and she's just really like down to earth. It is how it is, like there's no fake, no crap, like yeah, she's really cool. So she's one to watch on YouTube and follow on Instagram. Who else? Like Sarah's Day. I'm sure most of you probably follow already. Who else? Georgie Stevenson. She is the same, just down to earth, is how it is. Just all natural and lets you in on her life, and she's just such a she just kills it. Such a boss babe. Another one is Steph Pace, or just another mummy blogger. She goes by on Instagram and YouTube. She also has her own business called Steph Pace Planners, which I've just recently brought some products off her. So go check her out as well. Who else? They're probably like the main ones. Yeah. Also follow like Emma Claire. She posts really cool stuff. Elsa's Wholesome Life. She's awesome as well. Yeah, there's a handful of some that you can go and follow yourself. Next question. So what are your go-to runners? Interesting. I always lived in ASICs, just always did, like always went to Athlete's Foot and got properly assessed, and I've got orthotics, so always had to have a neutral shoe anyway. But now I absolutely love Hokas. So they're like a shoe that's got I don't even know how to explain it. Let me see if I can find a picture. Comfiest shoes though. So these ones here, these are the ones that I've got. They've got just like that curved arch. Their slogan is like, they actually make you run faster because of the curve. But they're just so comfy. Like when you first get them, you think, oh wow, this is weird. It feels weird walking. But then if you wear another shoe, you're like, wow, like they're just so comfortable, and like the reviews on them are amazing. Like everyone just swears by them. And honestly, like, yeah, I love them, and they're around like the same price as any other shoes. So that's what I wear. Next question is, do you ever wear makeup? I don't really wear it that often. I have put some on today, but as you can see, it's nothing. Just a bit of foundation, touched up the eyebrows because we've been in ISO, I've got a bit of a mono growing, but I'm not game enough to do anything about that myself. So to be honest, not really. I don't wear it as like an everyday occurrence. Half the time I don't wear it to work. Only if I have time I will. But usually it's just wax and moisturizer on and off I go to work. But I will wear it if I'm on a day off or going out, or yeah. I wear all just makeup from the Body Shop. So that's all the products I use. Literally everything is from the Body Shop. Just love it. It suits my skin. I had my makeup done for an event there once and absolutely loved it, so I've just brought those products since. But yeah, that is basically it for all the questions. So hopefully that has helped you to get to know me a little bit better. And I thought I would just mention as well, I am taking part in the JDRF steps for October, so raising awareness for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. So I will pop a link in the description as well if you want to donate to that, or you can join up yourself. Usually they do a walk in like most areas, like around the whole of Australia every year, but obviously that won't be happening this year, so it's all up to you at home. So yeah, I'll pop that link in the description. If you guys have any questions or want to know anything else, make sure you hit me up on either Instagram or leave a comment here on YouTube.